Hi, everyone. This is Candy Johnson, and I am your host. And this is Real Talk brought to you by Real Raw Records. Today's topic is legendary movement. And I'm sure when people think of the word legendary, uh, generally people think of something in the past, you know, and like the golden oldies, stuff like that, or different heroes and stuff, people that did heroic things in the past, though. I'm sure that when you think of a hero, you wouldn't necessarily be mentally prompted to think of somebody today, in this day and age, and you wouldn't think of someone still living, uh, specifically. And the reason that you don't think of people uh, or events as being legendary in the present tense is because a lot of times, as people, we tend to, and our societies, as a society as a whole, we don't tend to give honor or respect to people until they dead. Isn't it crazy? When people die, people buy all kinds of flowers and what they call it, memorials, and I believe in the Oriental um, culture, they make what are those called shrines for people and stuff like that. And I noticed that even here in America, when somebody passed, they will, say, for example, they died in a car accident. They'll make a shrine for them, put all kind of flowers and different gifts and things like that in the area where the people died. Now, I know uh, we get so caught up in the moment, and we get so caught up in doing ritualistic things. And what I mean by ritualistic is, those things that, you only do it because that's like the thing to do. Um, and you don't really do it because you gave it any thought, and thought about, uh, well, this is something that I should do in this situation. Okay. So a lot of times, even if you're not religious, people get caught up into doing ritualistic things, meaning at this time, this is what we do. When this happened, this is what we do. Um, During around October, people gonna start thinking about Christmas and buying gifts and things like that because it's the ritualistic thing to do. Okay. And it's the traditional. Maybe that's the word I should use, so you can identify with what I'm talking about. We get so caught up in tradition and the way people normally do things that we don't even give any thought to, well, why did this ritual or tradition begin in the first damn place? Okay. um I'm sure that people started making shrines and putting presents and flowers and things at people's grave sites. It was because they didn't, you know how people have that stage of grief where they reach a stage of regret. Okay. So when they reach a stage of regret, they may be thinking about something they promised the person when they was alive, or something that the person really enjoyed when they was alive and stuff. And they'll the person in grief and not really thinking may have possibly went to that person's grave and left something at their grave site that the person really loved or enjoyed when they were alive. Okay, so I'm more than certain that that's how that tradition began. People started copying and saying, yeah, I remember such and such used to like this, and you know, and leaving different things at the grave site to bring comfort to themselves over the grief of a loved one. Okay, now I said all that to say this, how to express how we get caught up in trends and traditions, and we don't even think about, do this really make any sense? Now they did that, or do people do that in grief? People do that because they're in emotional turmoil. They wasn't doing it because they thought about it and it was an awesome, amazing thing to do. They did it because they were in emotional distress, hurting, and irrational. Actually, most people, when they're in grief stages, they are very irrational. They're not thinking very well. You know, they skipping a number when they counting, you know, or they ain't really weighing this shit out, you understand, when they in the stages of grief, okay, until they get to the stage of acceptance. Up until that point, they're not thinking irrational. I mean, they're not thinking rational or practical thoughts, okay? So the things that they do up until they reach the acceptance stage, that would be something that you want to replicate. That wouldn't be something you would want to copy off of them and do what they do. Nobody really thought about that, I don't think, because they still do it, and it's a traditional and ritualistic thing that people do when people pass away. Okay, because who was that? I don't know what saying it was, but I think it was Paul Jones. He was a gospel singer and a preacher, very well known down in the South. And I believe he sang a song, and it's somewhat a traditional Baptist song, Southern Baptist, no, Southern, way down in the swamp Southern. Southern Baptist song that say, give me my flowers while I yet live. Okay, because somebody at some point must have thought about it and said, you know what? And that had to have been somebody that was alive because they wrote the song. But and perhaps it was even somebody who was very ill and knew they were going to eventually die, and let people know, hey, don't wait until I'm dead. You know, let's party now. You know, whatever you're going to give me, whatever you're going to do that now where I can still smell the flowers, and give me my gift, my trip to Vegas now where I can still pull the slot machine stick level, you know. Give me my help me with my bucket list, basically. Now, you know, show whatever appreciation that you have for my living or for my being. Show it now. All right. Because people have a tendency of not showing appreciation to people while they alive. And this is where this legendary movement stems from. Legendary, we're going to look up the word legendary, and I'm going to screen share that with you all, because I want to start embedding this in people's brains. I'm not trying to brainwash you. I'm just trying to shake you and wake you up a little bit. And get your attention. You know how somebody said holler and it get your attention. Hey, what's going on? You know, I know they do that down in the South. Up here, they be ready to put you in Greystone. But when you want to get somebody attention, you're going to raise your voice. You're going to wave your hand, do something, you know, to get that person's attention. And so these real talk sessions are purposed to make some noise and wake you up and kind of help you pay attention to what's really going on and help you pay attention to what you're doing and give you some insight, all right, to help out. Want to help out, make sure you don't move in front of, walk in front of no moving car. You know, if somebody about to walk in front of a moving car, you don't say, "Is the car coming?" Who does that? Who does that? No, you be like, "Hey!" Or if you close enough, you'll jank them and pull them out the way. You might even hurt them trying to say they lie. But you ain't thinking about none of that right then. You just want to do whatever it takes to get them out of harm's way, all right? And we want to do whatever it takes to help you out and help people out of harm's way. I want to screen share this definition of legendary right quick with you, because people fail to realize what the word legendary means. Okay. And the reason why the word legendary has lost its meaning somewhere along the way, it hasn't necessarily lost its meaning, but it definitely has been very diluted. Okay. And what I mean by diluted is people are beginning to only associate the word legendary to people who are dead. And the word legendary itself has nothing to do with that. I'm gonna need you to know that. And that's the song. That is the song on our company website, and we have a little more work to do to that song, but that's our brand jingle that was playing. And the words to the song or jingle says, legendary is a life of legacy. It's a lifestyle of legacy. you know, that down in history type of shit, you know. Let me tell you something. In order for history to be made, there has to be some people up until the point it becomes history in the past. There has to be some people acting out those scenes. There has to be some people carrying out those events to create history. Come on now. And that's real talk. I get so excited because I am proud. I'm very proud to be a part of history. I am the CEO and founder of Real Raw Records. And we are the first non-profit 501c3 federal record label in the history of the music industry. And so therefore I have plenty to be proud of. Not only you might say, well, what's the big deal about that? Okay, so you're a non-profit record label. Well, first of all, let me explain something to you. That's legendary because guess what? We are not the first ones that ever tried to get it. We are just the first ones that ever succeeded. We are the first ones to ever succeed, all right? Because I'm the owner and I'm stubborn and I wouldn't give up and everything. And so I'm proud of that because I am mentally retarded and I filled out the paperwork and made sure that every aspect of the paperwork was compliant to the rules, that we had to fit in some very strict perimeters in order to obtain that paperwork. So I have something very, something that I really definitely am just in being proud of that. Okay. So anyway, I told y'all I was going to share. I get excited, y'all. I get excited because I'm so proud of myself because everything that the doctors say you're going to be on medications the rest of your life and you can't do this and you can't do that and stuff like that. My family looked down on me and they still do. And my family don't support me. They still don't. A lot of things I had to go it on my own. Okay. I had a few family members that helped me here and there along the way. Okay. But when I say here and there, I'm just at least trying to give them credit for the little things because I'm thankful for the little things because sometimes the little things, those little pebbles is what creates a mountain. Okay. So I appreciate them for their little contributions and everything. It wasn't necessarily financial contribution necessarily, but help with different things, burdens that I had to bear along the way. I'm trying to give them their little credit the best I can, all right? Without lying and saying they really helped knowing they really didn't, okay? Because it's not fair for them to take credit in order to know they have been more against me than they really was for me, to tell the truth. All right. So now I'm going to share with you all the definition of legendary, okay? And we have it here on our website. Okay, this is Real Raw Records website. And here you say it's the Music is Magic Foundation the support system you need to reach your destiny. Okay, that's on our website if you'd like to browse around and see what we got going on over there. We're doing some legendary things and making some legendary moves, and it's definitely things that we are involved in. It's definitely making history. On this it says legendary is Real Raw Records brand of music and creative designs. We're never ordinary, always legendary. Now, don't get me wrong. Sometimes the most simplest and what appear to be ordinary things are very extraordinary, depend upon how you go about exercising those things or performing those things. All right. Now, if you scroll on down, I was trying to get to the definition of legendary, and we have the definition to legendary on this website because a lot of people have questioned me concerning why is legendary our brand, because it sounds like they would always say it sounds like somebody is dead, and they would be looking to find out who is dead that support what we doing or whatever, you know, like that, or like who is the dead person. And so that gave me the unction of knowing that there are too many people that don't understand what legendary means. Okay, and here's the definition right here. It said legendary is a descriptive word that can be used to describe a quality, and that is why we have branded our organization, talent, and standards with one word that describes what we are all about, and that is legendary. So what does legendary mean? And here's a definition. It means remarkable enough to be famous. Well, do you know any people in your family or in your neighborhood or that attend your church or people that you work with that are remarkable enough to be famous or well known? Sure you do. Most of us do. We just ignore the value in each other. So moving right along, here's an example. It says her wisdom in matters of childbirth was legendary. Okay, that's an example that they must have been talking about a midwife or such. Okay, these are, I think, sentiment words that are associated with legendary: famous, celebrated, famed, renowned. Okay, people can be renowned or famed while still living. Acclaimed, you can give them their credit and recognition. This is what we're doing with the legendary movement. All right, we want to give them that recognition, recognize people for their legendary type talents or characteristics while they're still alive. We want to give them their accolades while they're still living. Illustrious, esteemed, okay, honored. Let's get back to that, giving honor to whom honor is due, exalted. You know, it's too many people that's been celebritized just for looks. I seen a poster earlier today that they had this little girl on there, and I don't even know what it was about, because the main thing that was being promoted, it was that she was cute. Now it's nice, you know, that people's good looking and stuff like that. But we tell people, anybody that come to our record label, baby, we know that sex sells, but you're gonna have to bring some talent with that. over here, you know, or you can take that to mainstream media. They sell sex only at their rec labels, okay, or looks, good looks and stuff like that. All right, okay, people that are exalted, venerable. I need to look that up, see what that means. Well known, stored, popular, prominent, distinguished. All right, distinguished. To me, that means they have good character, respectable, all right, great, eminent, preeminent, high profile, okay? And the synonyms is former laud, an example, a legendary figure in music. Now, yeah, I bet y'all think I made that up, but I didn't. That's on Google. If you look up the word legendary yourself, you will see that it uses that example. And that's because a lot of people are considered as legendary. But the sad part about it is they have only given their accolades to that extent once they're dead. Now, another sad thing about it is, as I stated before, the word legendary, icon, what's the other word that's being thrown around? And to the point it just has no, it just don't mean shit no more, okay? Icon in the music industry and the entertainment industry, the word icon has been thrown around so much, especially with the Grammys and the Emmy awards and all these other awards, where people only get awards because of who they connected to. I know y'all dumbasses think that y'all elected them, and I know y'all dumbasses think that y'all had something to do with them getting an award because you bought their album or some shit like that. I'm gonna need you to know you ain't got no control over who get these awards, because they are not given based upon talent or by record sales or by how many people watch the movie or anything like that, okay? They're not given based on that. They're given based on who is the most nice looking or can get the most attention or ratings on TV when they broadcast the awards, and they're given on who slept with who. Sometimes they get awards based on what kind of negative reaction they can get out of the audience. In other words, what I mean by negative reaction is, don't you know, when they give the awards to somebody that don't deserve it, and you know that they don't deserve it, the public will be in an uproar about it. They'll be disturbed and upset, and they'll be getting, did you see the awards? And it'll make people watch it. See, you didn't know that. I know you didn't know that. But sometimes they give awards to people that they know you don't want to have it, just so they can get more ratings. They knew that all the female rappers and artists, or even people that just love hip hop, would be upset about Iggy getting that Grammy. That's why they gave it to her. They didn't give it to her because she's no real hip hop artist. They gave it to her because they knew people was gonna make her more famous by telling other people how upset they was about her getting awards. So all the people that didn't watch the awards would watch it later on and give more buzz to it and share with it. Oh, did you hear? Did you hear? And spread it, see. And the more upset you are about it, they know the more you're going to That's called creating a buzz in the industry. See, y'all don't know about that, but I told y'all I'm gonna let y'all in on the behind the scenes, what really going on in the picture. Okay, but the legendary movement is about giving people that deserve it their accolades. Legendary movement is about pushing things that deserve to be given attention to. Now, the legendary movement is one of such positive nature that, you know, people don't really share good shit, okay? It's a proven fact. And that's why the entertainment industry play those games and nominate people that they know you don't want to be in there so they can get buzz. Well, they playing them tricks because they know your ass ain't gonna even care about nothing positive or about nobody getting the award that deserve it. You ain't gonna even tell nobody, hardly. Okay, so that's why they play games like that. Okay, but I'm not finna play no games with y'all. If you really care about good and positive things, because you're a respectable person and you care about the quality of our society, then you'll share it. Okay, y'all help us make this movement go viral. And I believe there's some people out there that really care, and they care enough to do something about this situation and say, hey, you know what? Candy is absolutely right. We always making stuff go viral, and you see posts of negative stuff and it's got millions of views, likes, and shares. Okay, so I challenge you all in this legendary movement to grab one of these videos, any one of them, just pick one because it's good shit in all of them, and share. In the meantime, in between time, keep it real as always. I say, keep it real or take your ass back to Fantasyland.